booth at the SHOT Show. We're going to talk a little bit about a new product we just finished up. A great new tactical stock. It's got a vertical pistol grip, adjustable cheek piece, spacer system. It doesn't have a name. So that's one of the projects we're doing here at the SHOT Show, where we have a contest to name the stock, and whichever name I pick, that guy gets to have the first brand new stock. One of the cool things about this is it was designed specifically for long-range shooting, which means prone or off a bench. This fore end, the way it's designed and made, it's super stiff, so you never have to worry about flex, much more so than any of the other stocks that we make. Very, very excited about it. The reaction has been really good from all of the customers. The rifle here is in the same stock. This is a 300 Win mag. I put together specifically for testing this rifle out, so I'm anxious to get it out on the range and make sure that it does everything we want it to do.
And why should a shooter choose a McMillan over, say, a chassis system?
Well, you know, the experience that I've had with chassis systems is one, we don't really like bedding metal to metal, a metal steel receiver to an aluminum block. That's just not the way we think it's the best to do. So we think a good fiberglass bedding is the best way to go. Also, the chassis, when used heavily, competitions and stuff where you really have to put them to the test, their hinges loosen up, the metal parts get rattly, and they just don't hold together. Simpler is better from our perspective, so we still think fiberglass is the way to go.
Good.
And here we've got the A5 standard adjustable A5, most popular stock we've ever made. As a matter of fact, we have about 17 different A5 molds, and we keep them busy every day. Everybody loves this stock. Nice light fore end, solid, good platform to shoot off of, all the adjustability you need. And this happens to be our new desert transition painted camo, something that we're trying to offer for people who like that painted finish but want a little bit of camo in it. Really subtle, really nice. Really happy about that. This is still, you know, the choice of all the PRS shooters. Most of the people are shooting this, shoot the A5. But I have heard we have an A3-5, which is the A5 from the butt back, and an A3 on the front. They like that because it's square on the sides, so if they're shooting up against a barricade from one side or the other, it's a little more solid. So we have all kinds of choices. One of the good things, and people don't realize this, is they're talking about going to chassis stocks because they don't have to bed them. Well, our stocks don't need to be bedded either. They're machined to such close tolerances that 75% of stocks we make never get bedded. They drop them in, bolt them together, and they shoot them like that, and they shoot absolutely fine. If you want to bed them to get absolutely the very best accuracy out of them you can, that's an option, but it's not necessary. And I just want everybody to know that, hey, I tell people, save the $150, bolt them together, shoot them. If you like the way it shoots, don't bet it. So most of them come back and say, hey, thanks for saving me that money. Now I'm saving for another McMillan stock.
And what do you recommend when it comes to a bedding compound?
You know, we've been using Marine Tex for years. We really like that. It's a real high metal solid material. What's best about it is it has minimal shrinkage. You don't have to worry about voids and stuff when you do a bedding job. It's hard, more impervious to solvents than some of the other bedding materials. So that's really the best on the market, and there's a number of places that you can get that.
And what kind of a turnaround time are you looking at on stocks right now?
Right now, we've done a really good job of cutting our lead time down from 6 months to 3 months. I added 2 new CNC machines last year. We're able to turn around the order time significantly, and customers are real happy they don't have to wait as long. 2 to 3 months is the average wait. Okay.
And most people buying their stocks and having a local gunsmith bed them or bed themselves, or do you send them into you guys and have them do it?
No, you know, we don't do any of the bedding anymore. The guy who had done my bedding for 25 years retired, and I just decided that it was a way for me to support the local gunsmiths and suggest that customers go to them if they want to have them bedded. Like I said before, we don't demand that they be bedded because these are perfectly fine as drop-ins. But if they want to bed them, they need to find somebody local that they trust their work and can get it done.
Do they come standard with pillars or with an aluminum bedding block, or is that something you need to add on as an option?
You know, we don't believe in aluminum bedding blocks, so we don't use them. But we can install aluminum pillars, and that's not a standard thing, but it's something that you can request and we'll do.
Interesting. And what's the thought process behind why some companies insist on the aluminum bedding block and you guys don't?
Well, you know, Remington did a really good job when they used the HS Precision stocks and promoting the aluminum bedding block. To be perfectly honest, we don't really like the fact that you're bedding a metal receiver and a metal, and they're really not bedding blocks. They should be called receiver blocks because the key is not to have to bed them. So that's kind of a misnomer. But it's just not something that we do. We don't believe in them. Now, aluminum pillars are in stocks only to keep them from crushing it when you torque the guard screws down. But our stocks are made with such high density material in the action area that's not an issue. But some people demand it, so we put them in there, and if that makes them feel more comfortable, we're happy to do it.
And what's the typical torque that you want to bring these in on?
You know, that's a good question. I'm really glad you asked. You know, some people Ruger up to 90 pounds on their Ruger 77 on that front lug. Well, because the front lug's on an angle, it actually takes twice as much torque as normal. We believe in nothing over 50 pounds. 50 pounds is fine. Remington will recommend up to 65 pounds, but that's not necessary. You know, my dad built hundreds and hundreds of guns and never owned a torque wrench. So he tightened it down tight and then quarter turn, and that was how he did it. As long as they're both the same, that's what's important.
Very good. Very good. Let's give me a look at that.
We've got a few other things we've got going on new. A little Mini 14 Ranch, something that we stayed away from for a number of years because they're an inexpensive rifle, but in these days with people upgrading their 1022s, we thought, well, there's probably a need for a good fiberglass stock. We're really happy with the way that project worked out. Here we've got a tactical stock. It's basically taken some of the AR parts on the market available. You can switch out the pistol grip, you can switch out the butt stock for whatever AR compatible stock you want. So it gives you a little bit of adjustability, and it's kind of like an AR where you can outfit your own, kind of feel like you've got some ownership with it. It's pretty cool. We've got a Game Scout, which is one of our best long-range hunting stocks. We've come out with a Game Warden, which is a heavy barrel Game Scout, so that these guys that are shooting long range with heavy barrels can fit it in the stock, so that's really cool. Here's our Game Scout with the new X-Bolt, something that we haven't done before.
For Brownings.
So now we'll be able to offer stocks for the Browning X-Bolt, so that's something that I think is going to be a really big stock for us.
What do you have for Tikas?
You know, we do Tikas in anything that we put a Seiko in. So look through our catalog, pick out the style Seiko stock you like. Let us know which Tika model you have. We manufacture them. We also can supply a better lug than comes with it, so you don't have to wrench that one out of the plastic stock. And we'll send it with the lug in it and take care of it.
Great product, sir. Pleasure to meet you.
Thanks, Bryce.